Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's been about 3 months since I did my last video. It's been really busy on the work front, family, training for the marathon, and a lot of other stuff. So, that take priority. But I have a few minutes this evening, so I'm going to do a quick video titled it Sitting Tight for the Right Low Risk Entry. I think this is what a lot of people struggle with, especially new traders. So I'm going to go through a couple examples, Cpng and then AVAV, kind of go through process of how I identified the stocks and how most often when you identify them, they're not ready to be traded. They're just something to put on your larger watch list and really flip through charts every evening. I don't scan daily. I don't, my scans, and I've touched on that before, my scans are not targeted to go find a setup or find tightening or find squeezes. My scan, I do my scan over the weekend, bunch of fundamental, relative strength, few scans, volume related, stuff like that. And I have a really large watch list, 400, 500 stocks that I kind of just flip through on a daily basis, and some others that I flag for closer watch. And I post about these on X, Twitter, when I'm interested in those. So I'm going to go through a couple examples to see how that unfolded. How do I come across it, put it on the list, watch it on the evening every day, and then wait for a low risk entry and just be impatient, disciplined for that setup to happen. Sometimes you miss them, sometimes you catch them. It's just part of what trading is, and you have to accept that. There's a lot of things that you're gonna miss. So we'll dive through that, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna try to make this short and quick. All right. So this is what I posted on Twitter just a few days ago. It says, patience sitting for the right low risk entry is hard. You master that and half your battles are won. I'm going to try to help you see if you can get better at doing that. Really focus on high quality stocks, not random stocks. Like I said, I don't just go scan. I find the high quality stocks and then I watch them. That's the key. Find high quality stocks with good technicals, good fundamentals, and then watch them until they set up. No random scanning, random stocks. I think that's the key, or the takeaway here. So we'll go through two examples that I was in. Obviously these worked, and I'm not here to show you the stuff that worked. If you've been following me for a while, I post about the things that did not work. So we'll go through two examples that work, three examples that work, and then two that did not, to learn from that. So let's dive in. Disclaimer before we get started: this is for educational purposes only, not an educational advice. Please do your own due diligence before investing or trading in any security. Let's jump in. What I want to do is I want to, before we go to charts, I want to show the progression of how you find a stock. You watch it every night, and then you wait patiently until that low risk entry. That's really the key. The thing that you need to master is waiting for the low risk entry, waiting for the right moment to get onto a stock. And the tweets that I have here just kind of explains that and showcase how that happened day after day, day after day. May 12, this is when Cpng made it to my list. It was on the up on volume daily scan. This is a scan that I run every day. Just it has 5-10 stocks every day, just stocks that are moving on volume for that day. And I only really mark or put aside in a larger watch list the ones that have the fundamentals that back these moves. Cpng had that. This is when I found it. I put it on my list. I didn't really do anything with it on this day. And then a couple of days after my observation of the market, new breakouts to new highs, are failing. So what does that tell you? And that's your thought process every evening. You're gonna have a plan. You're gonna have a thought process. It just tells you I shouldn't be trying to get into these yet. We need more time. So market was not conducive to be aggressive buy-in pullbacks like this, and these are pullbacks that I don't buy. Few days after, we unfolded here, and I said, I'm trying to get involved in this setup, and I'm gonna go through this and explain why I didn't buy this piece here. So we'll go through the chart here in a minute, and then show you why I didn't. So I was still patient, and that's the message from these tweets, is that days are passing by, 12, 14, 21, and I'm patient for the entry. So let's go to the next slide. And now we're all the way to April 1st. So stock was identified on March 12th, and then all the way to April 1st, about a little bit over 15 days. That's when I said might have bottomed here on this handle. And this is actually where I bought the stock. Okay. And then this one here, and we'll go to the charts here in a minute. This one here is just showcasing that I also look at the weekly, not just the daily. So in my routine, things have to look great on the weekly and the daily. And this is just a reflection. This tweet is a reflection of looking both at the daily and the weekly. So remember Cpng, we're going to go to the charts in a minute on all of these. So I'm going to jump over to AVA. Similarly, AVA showed up on my up on volume scan, bear breakout, and I said this goes on my larger lot list. You see it's on March 9. Now we wait for the low risk pullback entry. So we're waiting. April 19, how many days that is? That's a lot of days. That's weeks passed, and the stock was still on my watch list. And we'll go through explaining why I didn't buy it here, for example. This was a pullback, why I didn't buy it here, why I didn't buy it here. So we'll go through that here in a minute to explain it. So, but the message is days passed, March 9 to April 19, and that's when this entry triggered, just a few days after. And then there was a pullback opportunity here that unfolded. I did not add, and then it went up. So this is AVAV, days of watching this stock, patiently waiting for a low risk entry. SQ, similar thing, gapped up on huge volume. I put it on your radar, great fundamentals. And then that was February 23rd. On March 3rd, so a week or so after, it pulled back, and I said, I would like to drift lower from here. So you're gonna know what you're looking for as you're watching the stock. You know what you want to see. It's extremely important. I say that often. You need to know what you're looking for. It's not random stuff. You gotta understand how stocks work and how supply and demand works. So I was looking for the drift lower, and then a few days after, this is the drift lower, and then that was my entry here. Okay, so SQ, I said here, this is a great example. So this is on March 3, and then on the 8th, this is actually the 8th. This is what triggered the entry right here. This is a great example of how you go from finding a stock, adding it to your watch list, and potentially waiting for the low risk entry. I have a position, so I'm in from here. Let's go through the charts, a little bit more details. But again, this is really not about showing you the winners. We're gonna go through a couple losers here after we go through these charts. So stick around for the end to see the ones that did not work. This is really about showing you how long I've waited on each stock that I initially found before an entry developed. And sometimes those entries never develop. Sometimes this goes, like for example, SQ could have went down here and then just went up and then just kept going. We'll go through Oscar, I think, the one that we missed recently because it didn't really pull back as much as I wanted to. So you're gonna miss those. If you are looking for something and you're waiting for something to happen, it's not often gonna happen. Not guaranteed that it's going to happen, so that means you're going to miss it if it doesn't do what you wanted it to do. Let's go through the charts. I'm gonna go to trading view, and then we'll look at Cpng. So these are the entries. It's actually the entry here. I tweeted about it as well. So let's go through. I'm gonna just do the replay here, replay mode, and let's just go back to how the stock was looking here. So this is multiple. We've got multiple highest volume in a year, and then this is when it made my list right here when I found it in my up on volume scan. This here, why didn't we buy it here, for example? So a lot of people would say, TA, why didn't we buy it here? The reason why is because this is too close to this wide range bar. And what I would like to do, I would like to give them some time to get away from that bar. This is just not enough. Does this mean the stock might just go? Yes, and that means you can miss it. We'll look at Oscar. That's essentially what Oscar did. On my Twitter feed, I said this shakeout is nice and I like it. And the reason why I like the shakeout, yes, it's a wide range bar, but what's the volume doing? Not a lot of selling on this wide range bar. Okay, and then after this wide range bar, you had no selling come after. If we held 1, 2, 3 days, volume drying up. So now I'm very interested in this, and this is where I bought it. Let's go back to let's fast forward here a few days. That was the entry, and then when it consolidated again, there was a nice entry here that you could have entered. You got many things. You got unbalanced volume, new high before price. You got volume drying up. RS in blue, which means performing the market. So there's a lot of things happening here. I don't remember why I didn't pull the trigger on this one. But then you get this white bar, and then it stayed inside that day. And then I bought it when it cleared this area right here. That's when I doubled my position. Okay, and then finally I sold it. I think I tweeted when I sold it. The market wasn't doing very well. I sold it right here. You see my mark on this one as well. Okay, so that's essentially why I didn't buy it here, and then I waited for the shakeout, and then this is your low risk entry right here. Okay, let's go AV. Again, this is my pocket pivot indicator, highest up volume in a year at least, and then this is the pullback. A lot of people say, well, we could have bought it here. A lot of traders, you could have right here, turning back up, should have stopped you out. But the reason why, again, it's a very similar reason. This is too much selling for me on high volume. This is too much selling for me on high volume. Distribution, 2 days distribution, 3 days distribution. This setup right here is too close to this action. Okay, I always want to give the stock price some time to get away from high volume selling. If this is low volume selling, it's not a problem if the setup is close. So that's the difference. And then I didn't like this red bar. I didn't like this red bar on volume, on volume, on volume. Okay, so this setup needed more time. So you could have bought it here. I didn't because of this high volume. What does that mean? Does it have to fail? No. This really could have worked. But it's all about probability. And this high volume red bars lowers the probability. Doesn't mean it's not going to work. It just lowers the probability. This is again a good area. You could have entered here. You could have entered here. It's fine. I don't know why I didn't, but I think now my entry was here, right over here. That's my entry on this bar, right here. And the reason why you got extreme volume dry up, if you look at my volume indicator, got extreme volume dry up, extreme volume dry up. Inside day, perfect for managing risk. and that's my entry. And that's the pullback that worked. And the reason why I was interested in this is a lot of stuff, right? So you see the selling has stopped, no more distribution, low volume dry up. The setup is now well away from all of the nasty selling that happened. Time has passed. So what people that wants to sell are out. And then this is the pullback buy that I posted about on Twitter, that I did not really participate in. Probably should have, but I didn't. Here's your pullback buy, and then you buy it turning back up, right over here, turning back up. You add to your position on this bar right here. I didn't. Really, not a lot of positions were working for me. I think this is one of the ones that are working for me. I sold some here, half, and I think I'll be out soon here. All right, so this is AVAV SQ, similar stuff, up on highest volume in 1 year, pull back on high volume. I'm not interested. I need some time. So this is why I didn't do any buying here in this area. The time come now. Again, similar stuff, right? Here's your shakeout. That's what happened with Cpng, right? Here's the shakeout. Stops got taken out right here, and then it goes in, volume drying up, new high before price on OBV, and this is where I bought it right here. Taken out this high was my entry. And then, I held through this, didn't sell. This pullback looked normal to me, just pulling back on low volume. There's one bar here, but just barely above average. So then, it's a big bar, and this was a reason why I did not add here. I just kind of let my position be from this point for more cushion. If this pullback was on lower volume, I would have potentially added here. And then I think I was watching the stock right here, because now I was really interested in it, because this setup right here, if it moved out, I would have added. But now it's way further from the selling that happened here. So I'm interested in adding to that position. And then obviously went the wrong way, and I think I got stepped out on this gap down here. So that didn't really work. Pretty much scratch. I think my stop was break even, and I got taken out the low of the day here. But that was the right call here. So let's take a look at a couple that didn't really work, that got me frustrated. CCJ is one, and I've been posting about this for a while. I bought CCJ a while back. I bought it here. It's a pullback buy. Let me show you that quick. So here's your kind of breakout, and then here's your pullback buy. Back to the breakout. Just one bar, just a little bit higher than average. One distribution. Not that big of a deal. Pulling back to support. I bought the round up. I always say wait for them to turn back up, and I bought it right here. Then I think I sold it somewhere over here. So that was a trade that worked. Most recent one, this is the one again on volume, up on volume, high volume pullback. So that makes me wait a little bit, and I did. Unfortunately, I bought it here, turning back up. So like this, and then I bought it coming out here. Next day showed some strength, looks good, and then boom, got me stopped out right here. This stock is very hard to trade. Got me stopped out right here, and then it does that, and then pulled back here, but too close to earning. So I stayed away. Took my quick loss here. Can't remember. It's pretty relatively small loss. So entry here about 5%, which is on the high side for me. But stock that I wanted to be in, it was a winner in the past for me. So this didn't really work. So let's go to this setup here, because I also stepped out here, but I want to show you a trade that I did here, which is not really an obvious trade, but I do want to show it. If you look at my Twitter feed, so this obviously stayed on my list. Uranium, I think it's going to be bull market here happening in uranium, and I think this is potentially early. Here's the turn. Here's big consolidation, right? Right here, big consolidation, breakout, pullback, and then this is just a new base here. So I think there's more legs to this stock. It's a leader in the uranium space. I was watching this one here, and I posted about it. This is deep pullback, and I do play them. Octa is one that I played recently. I was really interested in it here to buy it. But I don't know, it just felt too early for me, and I stayed away from it. Came out, and I'm like, there we go, I missed it, and then boom, got slammed back, pretty aggressively. I mean, I think the institution that's selling here, let's do that. Selling here, selling here, selling here. I think that's potentially the same institution, and it's always on high volume, wide range bar. High volume, right here. High volume, right? But like I said, want to get into this stock, want to get in uranium. And then I kept watching it every day. So this is on my larger watch list. And then here's what started getting me interested. It did this shakeout thing that I watched for. So here's your shakeout down at 200 MA, uptrending 200 MA. And then reclaimed that shakeout very quickly. And then I just kept watching it over here, and I'm like, okay, let's see if it can claim this area. Let me do that. Let me grab that. All right. This is how this trade unfolded, and like I said, it's I think it's advanced, not as obvious. So here's your shakeout. So this is kind of advanced trading now. Here's your shakeout. Here's the bulls. Getting excited. They're all getting stopped out here, and then shorts coming. And now the bears are getting stuck right here. This is what Jim back up. I'll kind of walk you through what was on my in my head, right? So this is wedging up. Let's do that. This is wedging up, and now it corrects. So this is like a mini pullback. And now it's challenging a lot of stops here that shorted here. A lot of people would have their stops up here. And then what happened is, this is kind of now becomes a pullback buy. So what happened is, here's your up back after a shakeout, and here's your gentle pullback. And the thing is, you can tell there's change in character when this pulled back this time. Look again, I just show you just quickly. I know this is taking time, but it's important. Here's the bar, right? So here's this bar, here's this bar, here's this volume, here's this bar, here's this volume, here's this bar, here's this volume, here's this bar, which kind of looks like these, little smaller. What's the volume doing? Huge difference. And look at the pullback here when it happened on low volume. And I was really interested in this. So this is where, and then the setup in this pullback is aligned in this previous resistance. So this is day one setup. You could have taken this. This is day two. And I believe I took it right here at the close on that day, because it closed really good right at resistance. And then I bought it here. So again, pullback buy, right? So if you guys see me doing these pullback buy in the past, we do that again. If you haven't watched my videos, we'll do the pullback buy. So up, pullback, up, and then you buy it, turn it back up, right? So that's exactly what this is. Oops, sorry about that. And then I sold it back to the previous high. Let me just do that. I sold it, I think, right here on this day. And then I went back in and I bought this pullback, and then I got stopped out here. So I bought this pullback right here, and then I got stopped out here, and then I bought it back here, and then I got stopped out here, right? So that's trading for you. I was waiting for it to pull back right here, and I tweeted about it, but yeah, we'll see if it does something here now, but I would like to get back into this. ITCI, let's wrap this up here quickly. ITCI is another one that up on high volume, and then just huge volume on this pullback. This day, that's just ugly. And this is exactly why I didn't buy this, because it's why we just talked about that. This setup is too close to this, too close to this, too close to this volume, right? So I skipped this, and I thought that was good, good call to skip it. But I really wanted to be in this stock. Really good fundamentals. If we go to let's go to market search here. ITCI. Oops, ITCI. And I'll take a look at the weekly here. Really awesome numbers coming up, especially in 2025. Sales, double-digit sales, double-digit earnings. Here's your earning line, up, and then the stock is sideways. So I think the stock ultimately going to break out, but yeah, I'm out, because this can also do this. This could mean nothing. But lining up everything in your favor, earning line up, estimates up, sales double digit, earning double digit, volume coming in for institutions. So I really like this. I think this is higher probability it will break to the upside. But I did not buy it here, but I bought it here. And the reason why I did that is because now I have something. I have the volume drying up here. So I bought it right here coming out on this day, right here above the high. And then I got knocked out the next day right away, right here. Okay, and then I'm out. So frustrating, like I said, it doesn't always work. And frankly, I've been treading water in 2024. To be honest, yes, Cpng is a good trade. Yes, Avav is a good trade, but there's also a lot of this. And then I just showed you CCJ, couple cuts as well, and there's plenty of those. So the big winners are kind of canceling the many cuts because of this environment. Nothing really, it's just nothing. There's not a lot of sticking and going and trending for months and months. It's extremely hard if you're a position trader and a swing trader that is looking for more than 2, 3, 4, 5% on your trades. So anyway, tons here. Take away, be patient, know what you're looking for, and watch your stocks, flip through such charts on a daily basis. Nothing random. It's technical plus fundamental, strong combination, and be patient to find that low risk entry. And I showed you a few tricks on how to wait for your setup to be away from high selling bars to increase your probability. That means you could miss it. So Oscar, I think it is Oscar, right? Yeah, we missed Oscar. This one was pulling right here. Really no high selling bars. This was gentle pullback here. You could very well have played this right here coming out because that's cup. Draw this. It wasn't enough to make a handle, but you know, you can still think of it as a cup with a handle. And then here's your pullback, turning back up right here, turning around. That's your pullback. Obviously I missed that because I wanted a little bit more. I wanted to kind of get it drift a little bit more, maybe one more day. If it did one more day drift, this would have been nice. And the market really wasn't doing very well here on those 2 days. If you look at the market here, closed at the lows on those 2 days. So it wasn't encouraging to come in and be buying just a two-day pullback here. Anyway, hope that helps. I'll see if I can do videos a little bit more often. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later. Bye.